Old Sins and Sinners are Old Gods of Appalachia actual play here on the Nerd Eternal Network. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me as usual will be Eric as Alexander. I should probably unmute y'all while I'm doing this.
It's
Car as Ezekiel, and Sarah as Mace. Alright, who remembers where we left off last time?
Alexander tried to get a puppy.
Keyword tried.
Tried.
Yeah.
It was sort of work.
Sir.
What?
Sir.
What would
What?
you even do with a thunder puppy the size of a pony?
Lots of belly rubs and scritchies.
And no one would come near your house. I mean, that's a good guard dog, I guess. But
Oh, we've got
Alexander
Nick's in the
could
chat
never-
already.
Hello.
Hello.
Alexander could never be friendly to anyone ever again because giant thunder puppy.
But he would have a giant thunder puppy, so would he need to be nice to him again?
That's a Mace way of thinking.
Mace would totally go for a giant thunder puppy if it keeps people away. But she also knows she'd have to feed it and walk it, and she thinks these things through. Her grandmother would kill her.
Mm.
And if it poops in somebody else's yard, you gotta go clean it up. That's all. I'm kidding. It's a rural community in the 70s now. So you were fetching the children, some teenagers that had run over to the other side of the mountain, hanging out where they shouldn't have been. A time-honored tradition in the community. But they were planning to spend the night there, which is not part of that time-honored tradition.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got them away from the shucks. And then as y'all get ready to leave, a bunch of shucks ran by being chased by the thunder puppies. Or cloud wolves, or any of these descriptions kind of get across what they were. And at first you only saw the one.
Hunting dogs.
Right. At first you only saw the one that Alexander was trying to befriend. But once the children got back to their granny's station wagon, one of them's excitement to get away caused him to rev the engine and really take off, which attracted the wolf's attention.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all managed to kind of cut the wolf off, and you were really determined not to actually fight it. Which you did a good job of. Then his two buddies showed up, and there was some worry.
We gotta go.
And then all these hunting dogs showed up, and the wolves ran off. Exactly why, you're not sure. The three of them, each individually, they were all much larger than the dogs. But to be fair, there was a dozen or so dogs.
True.
To be fair, they could also do lightning stuff. I think they could have taken on the dogs pretty easy.
Quite possibly. It did breathe a small thunderstorm at you. I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
But you got the kids back across the mountain. You all got back across the mountain. You had snacks and tea while you watched the teenagers' parents show up and chew them out and march them, each of them off.
Zeke was A-OK sitting on the front porch as a dog, as a wolf dog.
Yes. Well, you were given some water.
Oh yeah, no. He was happy. He was fine.
Because I don't think any of the kids noticed him turn into a bear at one point.
Nope. Because they were too far away, and I think Mace's truck was blocking.
There's a lot of sight lines.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And there was a note left in the chat. Where was it?
Mace was going to ask about
Yes,
the
ask
thunder
Lula
puppies.
about the thunder puppies.
Yeah, she was going to do that at some point. I figure we'll have a little between time.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a couple of days. You had, it was late by the time you got home, so you probably waited till the, next morning at breakfast to ask Lula. And it is not something she's ever heard of.
I mean, it could explain why there's folks here in Thunder on the other side of the mountain or near the mountain, no storm.
Oh yeah, y'all's theory that's probably what was causing that. Yeah, she didn't have any better explanation. Might even be how that one fella got struck by lightning.
Probably.
More than likely.
All right, who do we want to start with? So you've had a couple of days. Is there anything that you would want to investigate on your own? What are your character's plans the next couple of days before I ruin them?
That's a way to phrase it.
Mace will keep working on cleaning out that shed where the CB radio was. 'Cause she imagines it's full of chronological generational layering of stuff and things. Keeping a
Well,
special eyeball out for anything that might reveal anything additional.
well, your grandmother was around through the Depression, so she's
Or
got that
strong.
whole let's not throw it away if it might be useful in the future kind of thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of what you might find in there that would be useful.
Any old newspapers or stuff folks generations past might have written down about the family, which she doubts is going to find, but she figures any of that's either in the house or in Lula's shed, which she is strictly verboten from.
I mean, now that you're having your grandmother teach you a little bit, though, you might wind up in there at some point.
I mean, she'll probably wind up in there at some point, but she's not going to push the envelope by going and nosing.
Yeah. You're definitely not going there and cleaning anything up or throwing anything away.
No.
Uh,
She doesn't want to die.
You do find some old newspapers in the shed. Not specifically about your family, though. If you poked around, you might find an article here or there. But they were all used to like wrap around glassware.
Okay.
Yeah,
If
you found a box of like old plates and stuff. Old dishes.
If she sees any interesting articles, she'll clip them and pocket them and toss them in a folder or a book or something in her room. Then she'll ask Gran if she wants us to donate these plates or what.
Let's see.
And they're just sitting out in the shed wrapped in newspaper from 1929.
Well, that was a good year.
Take your word for it.
Among the, let's see. So if your grandmother's 80 and 75 and 29, she'd have been what, in her 20s?
Math checks. You're asking the wrong person for math, too. I'm like getting a calculator, like, wait a second.
What was the time? The time and
Brother, don't
everything.
make me do math.
All right, if it's currently 1975 and a train leaves the station at 19, you said 29.
She'd be about 34.
Nope. Okay. Definitely, you're definitely not going to find her wedding announcement in there. No, you find an article in there about your mother getting in trouble.
I'm glad to see if I'm keeping it all in the family.
Let's see. So, an article about your mother getting in trouble. Let me just jot that down. I'm trying to think of other things related to your. Did Mace ever know her grandfather?
I never decided that either way.
I'm trying to think of when he would have passed. Now,
She's about, I think I said she's at like middle 30s. So unless he died young, she might have known him.
okay.
At least in her childhood.
But you've got an article about him. Something to do with a fire at the local mine. And the local mine was never a particularly large one, and closed down before Mesa Alexander would have been really old enough to even remember it being open.
She will pocket those and, like I said, just put them somewhere in her room, probably like between pages of a book.
But no, your granny does not want you to throw away or get rid of the dinner set.
Gran, when are we ever going to need a 12-piece, like, full place setting for 12 people? We didn't have room at the table
I was
for 12
saving
people.
that for when your mother got married.
Well, and she motions to the top of the fridge where Mother is.
Yeah, I hadn't forgotten.
I know, I'm just saying.
But maybe someday you'll club some nice young boy and drag him home, and then you'll need him.
Yeah, keep hoping.
But you do get rid of a lot of junk.
A win. She quickly drives it to the dump in the Studebaker before Gran can change her mind.
You see Zeke dragging away something? No, I'm kidding.
No, she'd be like, Zeke, do you need anything? Gotta be some copper in here.
Jeez.
All right, so that's how Mace is spending the next couple of days. What is Zeke doing?
Well, outside of working, he'd probably end up visiting Alexander, and we have been told via the chat that Lucille would visit if given enough time.
Oh, there's only a couple of days, and she was just there.
Yeah. But Zeke would basically just be working and then visiting Alexander, probably because Alexander's been cooking for him, and Zeke doesn't know how to cook.
No, I'm just here to visit. Oh, you're fixing lunch? What a surprise!
Yeah.
You have a
This happens to
fridge here? I love it.
This happens to show up whenever he's making food.
He's One day he's like cooking in a park with the rest of his church, and Zeke just peeks over.
It's like floats over on like that cartoon scent cloud.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I can believe it.
And what is Alexander doing for the next couple days?
Uh, well,
Sorry.
other than apparently having a Zeke, um, he will be going through his grandmother's things because his sort of personal arc is still cleanse. So
Mhm.
he's still going through that to try to find some way to put all the old bones to rest that keep popping up.
Okay.
Zeke will do one other thing with his days off. I assume there's a small library or something in town, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Have not got a library
Zeke
now?
will
Yeah, there should be one.
Yeah, Zeke will go to the library and see if he can find any old articles in years ago about what happened in Boone. See if he finds anything about an article that what happened with him in Boone.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Also part of his arc.
Yep, yep.
He's gonna Google himself.
Yeah, this was 75. The only Google would have been oh, what was that character's name? Barney Google? He was part of the Snuffy Smith comic. That comic's probably still in its heyday in the 70s. All right, so you're doing research on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find something, but I need some time to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
No worries. I mean, I kind of threw it at you.
Yeah. All right, so researching himself, cleaning up grandma's
Going to work.
shed,
Hmm.
magical research, and cooking.
Yeah.
All right,
Bunch of damn bookworms.
nerds. And Zeke works at Roscoe Building Supplies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Something's happening at Mr. Gallows' house. Taking a guess.
How did you know?
Probably because you said what you said.
What did I say?
You work at Roscoe's Building Supply in the questionable manner. I'm like, something's happening at Mr. Gallows' house.
Something could happen at the AMP.
I mean, that's where Patrick's character works. Cyrus.
No, he
He
works at
works
the
at OJ Sparks.
yeah.
No, that's right.
Theater.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
Kind of
I
the
was
same.
like, I knew he worked at one of the two, but
So it's not anything about Mr. Gallows' house. You just drive the truck down to make a delivery of building supplies to the house next door.
Zeke doesn't know how to drive, Jason.
Then you ride along, and you're one of the guys.
Or-
It's two of you that go to unload the stuff.
I just want to make that clear. That is something he will probably ask Mace about later.
Zeke's next arc. Learn how to drive.
Yeah.
Hands at 10 and 2. Don't turn into a bear.
So you deliver some sheetrock, because they're doing some renovations inside the house, but also a lot of wood. A lot of fencing. They're gonna put up a fence around the property. You know, the whole good fences make good neighbors sort of thing.
Right.
Yeah, you messed around in Ryan some as a kid, if I recall. So you have heard of Mr. Gallows' house. And sure enough, it looks decrepit and abandoned. A bit overgrown. It's just outside the city limits, so there's no like city ordinance about, keeping the grass mowed or anything.
I'd say especially this far out town.
Well, technically, it's only just right outside the border.
Man,
He didn't have spite. He didn't want to be part of the HOA.
Well, either that or the town was expanding down the road and went, you know what, we're just gonna stop before we get there.
No high-speed internet for Mr. Gallows. That's why he haunts the place.
He needs to access his bulletin boards fast.
so they're working on the house, and have
Yeah.
they started the fence or no?
Oh no, you're dropping off the supplies for the fence.
So I assume
You know,
they
they've
go
clearly
in.
already been working on the inside some.
Mhm.
This house had been empty for a little while. Not as long as Mr. Gallows' house had been empty, but
He will let whoever is driving do the talking, and he will start moving the supplies where it needs to be put.
yeah, it's no problem. Give me. Let's see, do you have any weird sensory stuff?
Do I? Is that what you asked?
Maybe.
I don't think so. No.
Okay, just give me a perception roll. That is intellect.
I'm just double checking, but
I'm probably thinking of the tracking stuff that you can do in certain
Well,
animal forms.
I mean, yeah, that more than likely is okay. Difficulty what?
Difficulty 4.
Power. No asset. Hey, special. Today's gonna be a good day, probably for Zeke, or it's gonna go downhill from here.
Knows.
Sage the dice now, man. Either as a reward or as a warning.
I think saging the dice last time is what gave me this cold, so I'll be okay.
Let's see. All right, so you and Kingston, the fellow that was driving.
Yep.
Zeke's co-worker, so I remember who he is later. Because I'm bad about writing down the names with no information about the person. He is much more talkative than you.
Oh yeah, Zeke's is no.
He talks non-stop to the point that it's almost comforting. It's almost like white noise in the background when you're driving with him.
Right.
He'll pause every now and then. You need to nod your head and go, mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's all he needs to keep going.
Yep.
Nice enough guy, though. You know way more about his personal life than you need to.
Sounds about right.
Ben and
There's
Ryan.
always the one.
Yeah, Ben and Ryan his whole life. He's about 25. I don't remember how old Zeke is, but he's younger than Alexander or Mace.
I have to look it up. I can't remember how old Zeke is.
And he's talking like he's talking to the family, like normal. But as y'all are unloading, he gets quiet. And he keeps glancing over at that. Mr. Gallows' house.
Okay. Zeke will put down his load and walk past and look at him. It's like, you okay?
Yeah, it's just that old spook house. Why would anybody want to move in next door?
I mean, Jeep land? He goes and picks up another load.
Oh, I bet it might have been. I hear around the time he died, a bunch of some people had come up missing.
How many people? And he's just like going back and forth, loading, unloading, loading, unloading.
Yeah, and he and Kingston is working while he talks. He's not.
Yeah. He's not leaving Zeke to do it alone.
Yeah. But I don't know. He'd heard a couple of kids had gone missing. Like the papers just listed him as missing, but he's heard some of the older folks talk. And they talk like Gallows was involved. But then they, when I was a kid, they'd stop talking if they noticed I was around. So, I don't know, this place just gives me the shivers.
Like a horror story for kids to not go in there.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's all it is.
Zeke will look at the house. Is there anything weird about it outside of it just being dilapidated?
It's dilapidated. There, curtains are drawn over all the windows. As you look, though, you see one of the curtains move.
Is the window open?
No. That's another thing you notice is none of the glass is broken out of the house.
I didn't see anything move in the house. I just saw the curtain move.
Yeah, you just saw it's like the curtain dropped back into place.
Like someone was holding it open.
Right. Well, not like wide open, but like.
Yeah, like they were peeking out. He kind of, and he just keeps working. And every once in a while, like when they set it down and they start to walk, he'll look over and just see if he notices anything. He won't stop, but he'll just give it a glance and just keep going.
The only other thing you notice is a bird. It goes swooping down, and before it crosses the property line, it just suddenly changes direction. Not in some unnatural fashion, just.
It kind of like swoops down and then
it kind of swerves right as it gets to the property line.
Okay. Zeke will note that down, and he'll probably talk to Alexander or Lula later about it.
Other than that, you unload the truck. You load back up, no problem. You head back to the store. On the way to the store, Kingston again, once y'all are away from once y'all are leaving the property, he's back talking a mile a minute.
Yep.
And you see him, he's talking. Glances into the, side mirror. Oh, that's a nice car. Oh, that guy's flying. And about that time, you hear the rev of a. Well, you don't drive, so I'm assuming that means Zeke's probably not a car guy.
Nope.
It's definitely a car with a big engine.
Mm. So it's a sporty looking car.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it just blows. I mean, it just blows right past you.
Like it's coming from behind us and passes around
Yes,
us.
yes, yes. I do it myself. Black sports car, tinted windows. It's got the little air intake on the hood. I forget what those are called.
Zeke not liking loud sounds will actually like. I can't remember if the interior has, but he will grab the door handle and just like white knuckle the door handle when it passes by, and then when it's gone, he'll relax.
Kingston kind of notices. Yeah, those V8s are kind of loud.
I'm not a big fan of loud noises.
I think that was a Torrento Cobra.
What?
It's a Ford Cobra.
No. Zeke in the back of his head. What's a Ford?
Zeke would probably have that much knowledge.
Yeah,
So he's like, that's not
is
not a car I've seen around here before. I'd remember that one.
Is it an expensive car?
It's like, probably not any worse than a Mustang.
Horse?
I need to teach you how to drive.
What? I mean, so it's not a
Well,
Mustang?
sorry.
Like a horse? It's the only Mustang I know.
How do you know about Mustang horses but not Mustang cars?
I mean, I like animals. Also, my friend Lulu told me about it all the time.
Oh yeah, she was from Texas, wasn't she?
Yeah.
It's a shame she moved off. She was cute.
Yeah, she visits every once in a while.
Oh really?
She was just here last week.
Are y'all like item or anything? I don't want to.
An item? What do you mean by an item? What?
I'll take that as
Yeah,
a no.
bro.
Okay.
And then he launches into the current trouble he's having with his current girlfriend.
Gotcha. Zeke's just back to nodding.
Oh yes, yes, yes. Kingston tends to have a different one of those every few weeks. Which is something of an accomplishment in a town this small.
He's gone through the entire list and has started back at the top.
It's like you want gossip, go to Kingston. Got it.
But y'all get back to work. No issues there. Let's see. Mace. Lula has sent you into town for something. Probably just some grocery shopping. It's possible that not having to go do the shopping herself is her favorite thing about having you back in town.
She completely accepts this.
She's always critical of anything you get. You know, she's always examining the fresh produce and,
Oh yeah.
or the cut of meat you bring in, Occasionally even the canned goods.
If you don't like it, come with me next time and you can pick out your own apples.
But as you're leaving the store, you see one of the sheriff's deputies in the parking lot.
She has her receipt like in her hand just in case.
He's not in a parking place. He's in one of the aisles you drive down, and just sort of leaning out the door talking to somebody that was leaving the grocery store.
Unless she gets approached directly by either one of them, she just kind of keeps her face forward, keeps going to the Studebaker.
You hear the roar of an engine, and this sports car just goes streaking by.
Glances back over her shoulder. Shit, what's that?
Well, you were facing the road, though.
Oh.
By the way, that's a pretty car. Anyway.
Oh yeah,
Did you link it?
I'm gonna send it.
Uh,
Because it's a Torino Cobra, right?
yes. This one is black.
Oh, that is a nice car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The black one looks like this.
Yeah, when I was
Looks
looking
like
around.
it's black. There you go.
Yeah, when I was looking around for, I couldn't find one that had tinted windows, though tinted windows were a thing.
But either way, it's very, very nice.
Yeah, it's like that thing's mighty pretty, but it's gonna get filthy on these roads.
And you hear, you hear the deputy fire his car up. Well, I don't guess he had it turned off, but you hear him say, "Rush goodbye," and he takes off. Gets on the
Sirens go
road.
on.
He fires with the sirens as he's pulling on the road. He doesn't fire them up in the parking lot. And he is off.
Oh hell!
It's a high speed chase.
Godspeed to that guy. Carries on to her car.
Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't really have a job. You're like Mace. You don't really have a job, do you?
No.
Selling a few little things that you make to some of the locals.
Mhm.
So you're like building up. I guess you could call it a business.
Much to the doctor's chagrin.
I mean, if they also want to just bring food over as thank you, that also works.
They bring you live chicken too, yeah.
It's a ton of eggs.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe they bring him a laying hen. The gift that keeps on giving.
Yep.
Oh, let's see. What is something that would get Alexander out of his house and into town?
Checking up on the lightning guy.
Maybe it depends what day.
Now,
is it?
hold on.
I don't remember what day it was when y'all had the previous adventure.
The reason I was about to say something was don't churches and you churchgoers would have better knowledge than me. Have like a Wednesday service.
Yeah, midweek
Yes,
service.
yes, they would. Yes.
I was about to say if it was like out of my head. I was gonna say if it's like Wednesday night, he'd be at church. If it's like Sunday, like morning or Sunday night, he'd also be at church.
Sir, I've known you for how long now?
All right, so let's see.
A few minutes.
If the kids are planning to camp out, it would have been
a weekend.
Yeah.
Or at least a Friday night. More than likely a Saturday though.
So that would probably make it Monday. So anything that would get Alexander out of the house on a regular weekday.
Probably go bother Mace and Lula. Compare notes and such. Honestly, yeah, probably go talk to Lula and compare notes.
Okay. When you get there, Lula's there. When you pull up, the Studebaker's gone. Lula invites you in, tells you Mace is off shopping. She'll probably won't take her too long. The girl doesn't seem to like spending too much time shopping.
Yeah, he brought lunch.
Well, she won't turn that down.
I've been doing some research to see if I can figure out what might be raising them boogers.
Zeke rises out of a bush at food.
You're at work.
I know.
You're probably hitting Robbie's restaurant for lunch. So Lula asked you if you found anything.
Have I?
That's a good question. Why don't you give me an intellect roll? Or let me look at your skills. Do we have any skills that would factor into it?
I mean, there's understanding using magic.
Yeah, this is kind of a research going through your granny's stuff.
Yeah. Well, you had said earlier that I would find something. You just had to tell me.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. So you have found references to a patch of ruined earth. It's not real detailed, but this is this area that's tainted, and it's been bound up to stop that from spreading.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like it's anything she dealt with, that your granny dealt with. Just something in the area she's aware of.
Okay. Yeah, he'll mention that. It's like, well, Meemaw was aware of this area of ruined earth that got all bound up.
Lula nods and rattles off, about the approximate location of it, which is over there. We all already kind of know something's wrong. But Lula's like, yeah, that's been as far back as I've ever heard of anybody talking. That place has been there.
I'm thinking that might be what this thing is wanting to get out from.
It's something that's been worrying me. As far as I
I've
know,
got-
don't nobody know what's actually bound there. Those
I know I've got
those
the-
bindings predate. Pretty sure those bindings predate white folks having been in the area.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, between us, we got Mace anyway. We got the Calder and Winterblood here.
well, I don't know how much Mace will be about. I don't know how helpful Mace will be about binding things up.
She's awful good at keeping stuff locked down.
Oh yeah, if you need somebody to beat the tar out of whatever gets loose, I would definitely recommend my granddaughter.
And I've been learning. I've been learning some more of Meemaw's old tricks. Getting a little bit better at making some things.
Oh, what you been cooking up?
A
Cookies.
few remedies here or there that it's the gift that I was given after all for healing. Got folks that are been coming by a bit more often to annoying the doctor something fierce, unfortunately, but
Yeah, there's something off about that doctor. He's a weird one. Maybe it's just him being city folk somewhere else. I don't know. Now, you let me know if you come up with anything for old age.
well, I can at least make things a little easier on you.
Oh, not that I was snooping.
Mm-hmm.
But I found some of the devil's lettuce in Mace's room. You don't know that she's. Is that some habit she picked up while she was out of town?
No. It weren't no habit she picked up. Despite the adults around here, she decided to protect them kids.
Oh, so that's where she got it. Okay. It's
She
the
bought
cheap
from the
stuff
high
anyway.
schoolers.
It's the cheap stuff anyway.
Enjoy your sandwiches. To which said sandwiches have a perfect remedy mixed into them, so.
As of course they do.
She takes a bite, stops, chews it thoughtfully, kind of sniffs it.
You asked what I was cooking up.
She just raises an eyebrow and keeps eating. Mace, as you are coming home,
Mm-hmm.
you see a police car parked on the side of the road.
Is the very fancy car pulled over in front of it?
Not that you see.
Is the very fancy car wrapped around a tree nearby?
Not that you see.
She kind of slows down
Is
going
the
by it.
inside of the police car painted red?
She's slowing down beside it, just kind of peeking over, like, "You all right?"
Give me. Oh. Perception if you've got it. Intellect roll otherwise. Difficulty 3.
Hell yeah.
So you notice right away the deputy's in there, kind of laid across the seat. For a second, it's like you think he's just digging and might be digging in the glove compartment. But then you realize he's kind of laying still.
Oh, hell. How far is she from home?
Uh,
Or where about on the road is she?
about where that big elbow bend is. So probably halfway between the grocery store and Alexander's house. A little, less than
Yeah.
halfway to back to your grandmother's.
She leaves her car running, pulls over to the side in front of the cruiser, leaves the truck running, walks back, looks inside, does not touch anything, but looks inside, tries to see if the guy's breathing at least.
So he's kind of laying there.
Hey, hey.
No response. You do see his chest moving. Well,
Good.
he's
You
kind of laying
keep
there.
doing.
You see him breathing.
You keep doing that. I'm gonna be right back. And gets in the car and goes to Alexander's.
Alexander's car is gone when you get there.
Oh damn it! Goes up back home. She's like, "Well, I gotta at least drop the groceries off now.
Milk's gonna spoil.
Can't leave the milk out if I'm gonna have a good adventure."
And that's where Alexander's truck is.
Pretty much. Probably catches him as he's getting into his vehicle.
Yeah, as you're pulling up, the front door is opening.
Oh, good.
And you see Alexander stepping out.
There's a cop passed out about halfway between the town and your house, that L bend there that folks sometimes miss when it gets icy.
Bot, kill it.
Oh, there's a bot in chat.
Oh,
I thought he said plot, kill it. I'm like,
that is exactly what I heard.
why are we killing the plot, man?
Kill the plot. Destroy it.
Oh,
Make it go away.
Possible ban invader. Oh, evader, excuse me. That sounds less dramatic.
Like I just happen to look over, I just see that message like, I'm a mod in 2 different streams. I know what this looks like.
There's somebody, that bend where when it gets icy, you can sometimes go off into the woods.
Yeah.
There's a cop. He's breathing. I at least know that much. I'll follow you back once I get the groceries inside. Grandma will kill me if I leave the milk out.
Yeah, sure. Hey Graham, make sure to finish that sandwich, all right?
What did you put in the sandwich?
There's some
What
stuff I
didn't
cooked
I?
up. Don't worry about it. Pats her on the shoulder.
All
Go
those
check out the
weed
cop.
cigarettes from earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I say as he passed by, I was like, oh, she found your stash. And leaves.
Oh Lord. She goes
Let
in.
me explain.
She'll explain if Gran asks. She's like nosing around my shit like I'm 16.
I was just doing some laundry. I grabbed the pants off your floor.
I can do my own laundry. They are the kids that went up to over to Friedman. They were gonna go up there, spend the night, and smoke. I at least kept them from getting that on their list of ground and offenses.
Yeah, Alexander said something like that.
Yeah. You're welcome to them if you want them, she says, putting the groceries away.
Yeah, it's that old stinkweed.
I'll be right back. There's some cop passed out at that bend where the ice gets bad sometimes. It's not icy now, but he's just passed out there. I already told Alexander.
All right, so Alexander, do you wait for Mace or do you head on? Head on.
He's heading on.
Mace would follow shortly in her own vehicle. Or
So sure enough, you pull up. The police car sitting there. The lights are still on. You know, looks like it probably pulled. You know, he probably pulled somebody over.
Mm-hmm. Knocks on the window.
There's no response.
That's the door.
Door opens. You can smell blood when you open the door.
Checking for a pulse.
He's breathing. There's a pulse. Where his face is laid, kind of in the seat. You can see there's a
Bloodstain.
it's laying. Well, the seats are black. It's laying. He's laying in a wet, very wet spot on that seat.
he dumped his coffee.
Not the coffee.
Glances around inside the vehicle. Anything else in there?
No.
Okay.
The way he's laid. Well, give me a perception roll. Let's see what else you pick up before you roll him over.
Just be base intellect for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 3.
Okay.
Hey. Minor effect.
Yep. So you to see the 19. You don't think the blood he's lost into the seat at this point would be life-threatening necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
The way his legs are kind of tucked up in, you're pretty sure somebody tossed him in here and then pushed his legs up in.
Okay.
You know,
So where are the wounds?
when you roll him over, the wound becomes very apparent. He is missing an eye.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Has
You
Mace
reckon?
pulled up by this time?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
You recognize him as Eli or Elijah, but everybody calls him Eli. Eli Pack.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of the sheriff's deputies. He's about your age. He also already has a bad bruise forming along his forehead
Mm-hmm.
and a pretty big like goose egg.
So something attacked him and ripped out his eye.
Yes. You know, you would guess something blunt hit his forehead.
Yeah.
Took like a little melon baller.
Checks the.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I'll check the steering wheel to see like he hit that. That might have been like the blunt. Like maybe some. Well, actually, does the car look damaged at all?
No.
Okay.
Zeke just chilling at Robbie's having lunch.
Zeke's having the time of his life. He's got chili fries,
Having to listen to
a milkshake.
But like I said, though, Kingston's useful. He does all the talking.
Of course.
Zeke's just listening to Kingston talk.
You know, if the place gets something wrong with your order, Kingston's the one that'll flag him down.
Zeke's
It
just
will be like Zeke said, no pickles.
Zeke's like, it did. Yeah. Okay.
Well, not sure what you'd do for an intrusion there. I was trying to do his charm touch. Roll the 1.
Ooh. So, all right, what does Charms Touch usually do?
Heals.
Hmm. One moment.
Oh, no. Here we go.
Loading knives. Hold, please.
Looking for some of the example intrusions. And it's taking me through every little archetype.
Mm-hmm.
And you are beloved.
Yep.
I think Sage would have some too for Jam intrusions.
Let's see. Who cures what ails you? I feel like since you're using a healing thing.
Mm. Ouch.
What are we ouching?
Very first one, attempts to heal might cause harm instead.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, attempts to heal might cause harm instead. A community or individual needs a healer so desperately that they hold one against their will, and some might fear your power even as you try to help them.
So you go to try to healing, and maybe you're rushing. You don't know, but something goes terribly wrong. And where the wound had started clotting a little bit,
Mhm.
it was still oozing and he was still leaking.
Yeah.
It's like whatever clotting had taken place. It's like it breaks loose and the he starts bleeding heavy again.
Okay. In that case, he's just going to use Perfect Remedy. And just start praying over the man
Uh,
as he's working on him. Basically pulling out his bag of herbs, spices, and various medical supplies he has on him.
KFC secret spice mix.
Mace, you're pulling up at this point. You see the car door open. You see Alexander leaning over into the car.
Oh, good. All your fingerprints will be all over stuff instead of mine.
You see a fountain?
Monty Python. That was wrong, but it was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got blood all over him at this point.
Oh, what? She'll like lean around him. You do your thing, and she grabs the CB and like, there's an officer down, and she gives like the rough address, road, all that jazz. Uh, non-responsive, breathing.
Send EMT.
Look like he might be missing an eyeball.
A moment later, you hear the sheriff over the CB. Let's see. I guess the sheriff would recognize your voice.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he would.
Mm.
Mace, what have you done? What do you mean missing an eye?
Sir, I just pulled up here and
Give me the radio.
she holds she's got the radio clipped since like Alexander's got hands full.
Sheriff, unless you want this officer to die, you stop arguing with her and you get EMT out here now. Am I clear?
I think you should listen to the man. He seems a little bit angry.
I've got a man dying in my lap at the moment.
Yeah. I've got. He names off his secretary. We don't have her name. Yeah. I've got her. I've got her calling the doc. We've got people headed out there.
Good. Now quit arguing with the woman that's trying to save your officer's life.
Oh, if he didn't argue with me, you'd know something was certainly wrong. I'm sure it's all fine. Does she recognize this guy as the one that was chasing the car?
Yes.
You were down at Lula's, right?
Yeah, it was.
You happen to hear something with a big old engine?
Not that I know of. We were a little deep in our discussion at the time.
No, you would have heard it. This thing was loudest thing on the main drag.
I didn't get into town today.
Yeah, but if he was chasing that guy, and that guy came this way, he didn't double back and pass me.
Did I hear it? Me as the player, I don't remember you mentioning if Alexander heard it.
Let me see if you erase down. Give me an intellect roll. Or if you've got a perception skill.
Perception.
I have none.
Difficulty 5. Because you're off the main road and you were inside a house and you were talking,
Nice.
I'm just swinging the pendulum here.
Okay, so yeah, you definitely heard somebody. You definitely heard somebody buzz past in a muscle car.
Mm-hmm.
With a 20, you probably even said they went, "Ooh, a V8."
Sounds like a V8 engine went screaming by.
Yeah, that was it.
Hold on. Difficulty 3 now. I'm going to spend an effort to roll to have an asset for using magic. Better. Okay.
All right, what are you trying to do?
His charm touch again. Every time I use it, the difficulty goes up by 1 if I use it on the same person.
Okay.
It's baseline difficulty 2. I forgot to actually do my trained in using magic reduction, but I still rolled a 1 anyway.
Yeah. I wouldn't have done anything with a 1, so yeah.
But so just in case, I pumped a point of level of effort into it, and the man heals another 6.
Okay, so the wound had burst back open. Blood has run down his face.
Mhm.
But you do your thing. The bleeding slows. It's still oozing a little bit, but nothing. It's back to not being anything life threatening.
And he's saying a prayer over some herbs, crushing them up, creating a bit of a paste, putting on a bandage, and kind of packing the wound and like sealing it shut.
And that's about the time he wakes up. Mace, 2 more police cars are streaking up.
She's keeping a distance from the car with Alexander in it.
Well, I imagine you're still in CB. Sheriff is demanding more information.
Sir, all I know is he was in the grocery store parking lot. Some V8 black car drove by, looking all sporty. He went chasing after it. I came down this road a little bit later with my groceries, going home, and he was here on the side of the road. That's all I know. Went and got Alexander, came to check on him, because I don't know shit about medicine.
And about that time is when the guy in the car, when the deputy Pack starts screaming bloody murder, because he's just woken up and Alexander's packing herbs into his eye.
Yeah.
And the sheriff's like, what's happening? What's happening now?
Alex, maybe you should just.
I've treated Boogers worse than this. He's awake.
Do I need to pin him down?
Yes.
Fantastic. Something I'm good at.
So as you're saying that, those other 2 cars have screeched to a halt. And the deputy,
maybe not right now though.
No,
are getting
now.
out. They're hearing the screaming.
She's like, let them do it. That guy knows them.
At the sound of the screaming, their hands go to their pistols as they're running up. They don't actually draw, though. One of them heard Alexander's voice.
Y'all fidgety.
He's like 3/4 in the car, like trying to hold this man down while he's dressing the wound to try to keep it from getting any worse.
Mace puts her hands up just because she feels like that's an appropriate action.
And he is like caked in blood at this point.
Oh, yeah, it's splashed all over.
Mhm.
So one of the officers runs around the other side of the car, opens the passenger side door. And you see him just go pale when he sees, what's going on. What do I need to do?
Hold him down. I can't really get this to fully seal with him fidgeting like this.
So he starts pinning the guy down. He starts talking to him, trying to get Eli to calm down.
Boy, I'm trying to heal you. I've already got you a little bit better, but you need to stay still if you want this to stop.
He's screaming. It's incoherent. He's not even screaming. He's not screaming words. He's not so much fighting against you as he's just flailing.
Mace, I could probably choke him out, but I don't know if that's what we want to do with a head wound.
Yeah, it wouldn't be good for right now, no.
I'm out of ideas.
So
If you come hold his other side down, it'd help.
She looks at the officers like, am I allowed?
Yeah.
She will restrain the man.
So it's getting a little crowded in this car.
Oh, she'll push the other officer out of the way.
Oh.
I realize this is probably, I think, might be the first time Mace has seen Alexander take charge of a situation.
Give me a strength roll.
Difficulty?
Let's see. This officer, he's no weakling. Let's go with difficulty 3.
Believe. Maybe do a level
Why
of
not?
effort if you need.
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
about
let's
to
get a
say.
level of effort in there.
All right, so you're getting pinned down. Alexander, you managed to get the packing in there.
He looks up at the officer and say, "I need you two to secure the immediate area to make sure anything sneaks up on us while we try to keep this man stable."
Catamount comes jump. No.
Out of nowhere.
One of them looks at you just confused, like, but the other guy's like, gets a little wide-eyed. You think it's something, that torrent natural?
Well, he was chasing something, and that something's gone, and he's in here without an eye. I need 2 men with guns keeping an eye out while we're trying to keep him stable. Understood?
Yeah. So they both kind of go on watch. A station wagon comes driving up with not one of the police blue lights, but it's got another light. One of those, if you've ever seen any like old 70s radio shows.
Yeah.
Where it's like a plane, it's a normal car, and they've got the magnetized something, light,
Mm-hmm.
and the cords running in the window. You got one of those pulls up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
A couple of guys hop out. They're in plain clothes, but they've got the EMT equipment. EMTs in small towns, a lot of times it was volunteer, almost like volunteer fire department. In fact, these guys are associated with the volunteer fire department.
So Zeke's sitting in Robbie's restaurant and just hears police vehicles
a nice
and
burger.
ambulance.
Sitting there, you would have heard a
Zeke's-
couple of police cars zip by with their lights going.
Zeke's
Headed
just
out towards
watching them
Alexander
go.
and Mason's place.
Yeah, so if he's at
He's
Robbie's,
just
he's at
watching
that
them go.
intersection.
Yeah.
He's just watching them go like, oh God, please don't.
My friends are getting into shit. I know it. I'm not actually a spider right now, but my spider senses.
Yeah.
So the EMTs arrive. One of them runs up to see if he can assist you in any way.
I just saw Patrick hop into roll 20, so.
Oh.
So you might
He
be
hasn't hopped
hopping
in
here
Discord yet.
soonish.
But yeah, what the other guy runs around and raises the back of the station wagon.
He immediately, like, once the EMT gets here, he immediately tells him everything that he's done, all the basically what you're supposed to do with EMT if one ever shows up.
Mhm.
Very clearly, cleanly, and precisely explain all the steps you've taken to render aid and the problems.
What do you tell him about the herbs you packed into his wound?
It's medicinal herbs, and it's worked for him well when he was deployed. When he was a field medic. He flat out tells him exactly what it is. He doesn't tell them like, oh, it's magic / blessed by the Lord, etc., etc. But it basically says this is the stuff I've used when I was deployed as a field medic out in Nam. And said it's worked well for me.
Oh, Jesus.
Guy's like, okay.
But he does tell them it's in there, and it should help slow the bleeding and aid in the coagulation process.
And Eli's still sitting there screaming. He's about screaming himself hoarse.
Yeah.
Y'all got anything to knock this guy out a little bit, or something for the pain? I think he'd appreciate it.
EMT starts digging through his bag. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything that'll knock him out completely. That would be safe to use. That would knock him out completely. But maybe this will take the edge off.
Is it a morphine shot?
In the 70s? Probably.
Yeah. Alexander, like, being there is like, Mace, hold that arm down.
Yeah.
Does the little alcohol swab.
Hmm.
His technique is good, Alexander. This guy's had a little training.
Okay. Good technique there. Well done.
No, thanks. Yeah, I went down to Boone and took a class.
Better than some.
So, after a minute or so, the morphine kicks in. And the guy still... He's not exactly settled, but he stops screaming as much. He becomes more of just kind of
He, like, kind of gets out of the car now that the guy's kind of settled and things are more or less stable.
And the EMT, does a quick check over. That's a nasty lump on his head, but not... I have to be sure, to check him for concussion. And, like, pulls out the little flashlight, and it's like, oh, yeah.
Since Mace has been right there, was there anything, because she saw before he started wrapping the eye, was there anything like that would show like a gouge, like claw marks or anything near the eye, or was it just a clean around the eye?
I will say Alexander did not think to check that. He went immediately into triage mode.
Yep.
Was it melon balled or gouged?
So, yeah. I'm not even going to bother rolling. He didn't check it.
Alright, roll me an intellect.
What difficulty?
Uh,
And she's been up on the guy for...
We're going to say difficulty 4. Do you have any kind of medical training that could factor in? Or perception skill that could factor in?
Nope.
No, you do not notice any obvious damage to the surrounding face. Now, granted, there's blood everywhere.
Yeah.
But the EMTs check him out.
I'm gonna carry him over to your vehicle.
Well, one of them has run up with one of those boards. So they put him there. They strap him down. And he's like, yeah, no, we'll get him with this. Well, though, if you want to help us carry the board, that'll be.
Yep. She figures the train's a little bit odd on the side of the driver's side.
Yep. So y'all hoist him up. The medic's like, I don't think he's got any back or neck issues, but this lets us strap him down if he starts thrashing again.
Yeah.
This has got him strapped down in case he starts thrashing around again.
Probably best keep him from hurting himself anymore.
So you drag him back to that station wagon, and it's got the back area. The back seat is laid down so that you're able to slide him in. The city of Ryan has not purchased an actual ambulance.
Well, they might want to start.
The bodies are going to start piling up. Mace is back in town. They're going to be stacked like cordwood.
Jeez.
The sheriff wishes.
Speaking of the sheriff, as the station wagon is pulling away, the sheriff's car pulls up. He gets out. He kind of watches the station wagon in the distance. Alexander, what? Oh, good lord! He sees all the blood. He sees all the blood just all over your hands.
Like his hands are like shaking right now.
Mace, seeing that, goes to her truck and grabs some water and a towel and hands it to him.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Starts cleaning.
Okay. So what happened here?
I have no idea.
He turns to look at Mace.
I can tell you what I'd found and what happened before. I don't know what happened here. Was in town getting groceries, saw your gentleman there, talking to someone in the parking lot. Big old V8 black car, sporty looking, drove through town. He peeled out of the grocery lot, went after him. I got into my car, started coming home, saw him here on the side of the road. He was breathing. Went a little bit further, got Alexander because he knows hell a lot more than I do about medical stuff. Came back and guy was apparently bleeding and missing an eyeball.
Good thing you did too. Darn near lost him before EMT got here.
He was bleeding bad, I take it.
Well, he gestures to himself.
Well, thank you, Alexander. Any idea what could have how somebody could have done that?
Well, it depends. Proper force in the right area could have popped it out. Something could have clawed it out.
He didn't look happy with the word clawed.
Technically, if you take a pick in there, you could.
But one of the other deputies who had wandered up as the sheriff, like, oh.
You see a lot in war, son.
Yeah. I don't mind saying I'm grateful that when my number came up, that it was already, it was over before I could even get into training.
Mace being Mace is going to be horrible, and go check and see if there's an eyeball maybe on the floorboard or something.
You start poking around and you're like, hey, don't touch anything in there.
I'm not touching anything. I'm just looking to see if maybe he left it here.
That he left it.
Maybe his eyeball's still in the car. I'm just saying, maybe he could have hit his head weird and it popped out. That might be an answer.
The sheriff looks a little sick to his stomach. He's like, yeah. Probably good thinking. Everybody, be careful where you step. And he starts ordering the deputies to look around the.
Just keep an eye out for it.
Did you put your character's middle name on that Google Doc by chance?
Her middle name is Claire.
Claire, okay. My brain's having a brain fart at the last name all of
Magnolia.
a sudden. No, I remember first. The last name just completely blanked.
Calder.
Calder. Thank you. Yeah, Alexander pauses and turns and goes, Magnolia Claire Calder. Calder.
You ain't my grandma. You can't name me with any kind of authority that sticks.
Want me to go get her then?
The sheriff and deputies have stopped and are just looking at Mace with horror on their faces.
Look, if you don't laugh, you cry, and I learned that at a young age. You all probably realize that.
Okay, point, but time and place.
Hey,
So-
y'all aren't thinking too hard about it now. You're just thinking about being mad at me now. So it worked. All right, let's go look for this eyeball.
So you don't find an eyeball. One of the deputies does find some blood further up.
The thing is, Zeke's just like probably doing like the eat a burger, get a t-shirt challenge or some shit at
Yeah.
Robbie's. It's like
Yes!
just like getting a just like eating the giant burger. It's just
They
like
go to get
Man's
gotta
got a
get
bottomless
Zeke.
stomach. He's just like he's winning all the challenges.
Zeke's
Gotta
having
get
a grand
Zeke.
old time. These two are doing triage and eyeball searches. It's like
They go to get Zeke, and he's got the I beat the 5-pound burger at Robbie's.
It's
Like,
probably
I'm
more that
gonna
him and
be-
Kingston are sitting there, and the waitress is like asking at this moment is asking if they want some of the
On a
pie,
Sunday?
and there's some debate between Zeke and Kingston. Is
Got like a banana split, slice of pie.
Jeez.
it's not a matter of are we
Zeke.
getting a pie? Do we want a piece of pie a piece, or do we just want to split one?
Or do we just want a pie?
what do you mean split?
Zeke does
Pie
not share
each.
food. He didn't happen to. Y'all know where he might have wrote down a license plate or anything, or if he called a license plate in? I mean, I think he got behind that car. He looked kind of uncomfortable in the car. I don't know how he would have ended up like that. Because she didn't see that he was kind of tossed in.
Yeah, Alexander. He pauses and goes, "Well, somebody tossed him back in."
Yeah.
One of the deputies walks up. Yeah, I found some blood up here, and it's up ahead of the officer's car.
Hello
Hey,
there.
Behold, Patrick.
One moment while I adjust the windows.
We'll catch you up.
Okay, let's
Well,
go.
Sarah, you're now Zeke. Jason is now Mace.
I'm only
still
half of
kind
Zeke.
I'm still kind of Alexander. Patrick, you're now the storyteller. Congratulations.
All right, so you head deeper into the woods.
No, please no.
Zeke divides by 0 and a black hole appears and destroys everybody. All right, let's go.
No, the black hole's just his
All right,
stomach. It's fine.
there he is.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like been 2-ish days. Folks
No,
did some.
something gets a surprise round first. No,
Oh no, that's the last thing.
2-ish days. Everyone did some research and personal stuff. Zeke's at work, delivered some stuff out to a house next to where's my map? Mr. Gallo's house. There's a house next to it that they're remodeling or revitalizing, putting a fence up around. Heard a nice loud V8 engine car go by. We have a picture of it in the Discord.
that's what I was wondering what that was.
Mace goes into town to get groceries. Here's the same car. Sees it. There's also a police officer in the parking lot, goes chasing after it. Alexander goes over to visit Lula, talk about magic stuff, see if she might know anything about the Thunder Puppies as well. Mace gets busted on the fact that she brought home the devil's lettuce from those kids. While Mace is driving home, finds a car. The police officer that was chasing the black car, but no black car in sight.
It's
Officer
also
in
always
the
Mace.
car. It's always Mace. Bad luck, Mace. Finds the officer face down in the car, breathing. So she's like, you know what? I'm not touching that. Goes to get Alexander, gets Alexander. Alexander goes back, flips the guy over, finds out that he's missing an eyeball. Head bruising, goose egg. Gets him stable-ish. Get the police called in. Get the EMTs called in. Get the guy into the EMT wagon after a lot of screaming, cursing, and morphine. And the sheriff arrives, and here we are.
Screaming,
Mace makes an
cursing, and
ill-timed
morphing.
joke. Ezekiel is in town doing the 5-pound burger challenge to get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
It's just canon now.
Yeah, Robbie's has the Wall of Fame. Ezekiel's going to take up like 3/4 of it by the end of this campaign.
It'll be the reason that they stop the challenge.
Yeah, he'll be like, he can't keep getting away with it.
How does he keep getting away with it?
New rule: you can only win once within any calendar year.
They even take down the employee of the month and put a picture of Zeke up on there.
Rename it Menace of the Month.
So anyway, one of the deputies found a little pool of blood up above past the Eli's car. And it's like a decent little bit, but not not as much as was in the car seat because he'd been laying there for a while. The sheriff looks at that and goes, "Yeah, that's probably where the car was." So maybe he approached the window. And what? The guy driving just reached up and snatched an eye out, or?
Did he happen to call in a license plate or anything, or write it down somewhere? I mean, he was chasing the guy. I don't know what your protocol is.
Let's see, they'd have used a pad. The sheriff nods. Yeah, he should have been writing it. And he tells one of the deputies, "Start looking around, see if you find his pad."
Question: am I presently there?
No.
Okay.
We'll get to you in just a moment. So they start looking around. One of them finds it out in the grass, like somebody picked it up and flung it. And it does have a license plate. He wrote down the make and model and the color, and he noted the tinted windows. He had the license plate written down. The sheriff takes it, gets on the CB, and calls it in to put the APB out on the vehicle.
License plate, track for law.
License plate in dark. Look at that stand for. Alright, so to jump over to Cyrus. So it's been 2 days. What would Cyrus have gotten into normally over a 2-day period?
Okay. Me. Huh.
Doesn't have to be too long and drawn out. Just what's an average day for Cyrus?
I was kind of confused because when I pulled up the background, in my initial background, my friend that actually works for the mine, I probably checked in with him a bit, see how things were going.
Okay, yeah, that would be a phone call or whatever. Nothing any weirder than usual.
Yep. Probably will.
And that guy lives down in Paradise?
I want to say he actually lived in around here. Let me try to pull up. That's why when I pulled up my character sheet, my background wasn't saved on it, and I was kind of curious about that. So.
Okay, but you get in touch with this guy anyway, whether it's a talk in person because he's here in town or whether it's over the phone because he's somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah. That I will also be mapping out looking at building plans for what may or may not be the home I build.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to remember. Does Cyrus have a CB?
Yes, he does.
Okay. So you're at home in the camper, or maybe you're piddling around on the property, figuring out where you would lay a house out.
Yeah.
And you hear Mace come over the CB. Talk about an officer down. I think she even mentions the missing eye. The sheriff gets on there and is yelling at her. And then you hear Alexander get on there and basically yell at the sheriff. But they do give out the, they describe where it's at. And you realize it's over. It's basically on the route you would take getting over to Alexander's house or Mace's grandma's house.
We'll say for narrative purposes, Patrick, Cyrus would absolutely recognize that Alexander is in field medic mode.
Oh, that's right. I forgot y'all knew each other in the war.
Yeah. He would recognize Alexander's behavior as he's basically taking charge of an impromptu field hospital right now.
So where a lot of people in town may have never heard that tone out of Alexander, Cyrus has heard that tone before.
And recognizes it immediately.
Oh, that's not good.
And as it dies down, I'll chime in the CB. Alexander. I don't know what your insert. That's one thing we need to actually, as a group, come up with. Our CB call signs.
I don't know if any of us are going to have CB radios in
I think
mass,
Mace-
So you get on the CB. There's no response. This is probably by the time Mace was helping hold the guy down. So there's just nobody at the Studebaker to respond.
Yeah.
Well, she's the one in the cop car. She would assume the cop car had one.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Grant, they might not be able to hear him over the screaming of the guy
probably
with
not.
the eyeball.
That's true. The guy did start screaming.
Mhm.
As one does when you lose an eyeball.
Yeah.
And you're awake for someone literally shoving stuff into your eye socket.
Hey, stop it. That stings.
He's trying to take my other eye.
Through my missing eye.
All right, Cyrus. So
No,
you're not
I
getting
don't- I don't.
you're not getting a response from the CB. What do you do?
Well, and did I overhear the location?
Yes,
Or
she did.
out-
She did
Okay.
tell him where the location was over the CB.
All right, I will head that way, and I also point out that that's actually near both Mace and Alexander's home.
Well, the yes, that kind of big elbow right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's only a couple of major roads through this town. So. But as you are driving by, as you get into the center of town, you're passing Robbie's restaurant, and you see Zeke and somebody else, coming out of the restaurant.
Do I recognize the other person?
I mean, if it's been getting building supplies.
I mean, yeah, if he's getting
That's
building
fair.
supplies, then
Yeah, you have seen him working at Roscoe's Building Supply, which is where Zeke works.
Okay.
Like, you don't know his name off the top of your head or anything, but you've seen him before.
I'll flag down Zeke.
Zeke will just, like, wave at him, go up to the window. Hey, Cyrus, what's going on?
I was overheard on the CB near Mason Alexander's house. They found a cop with an eye missing, and right now Mace and Alexander are there.
I was wondering where the police went. Okay.
Kingston's
He
like,
just
holy
looks-
crap! Do you know which officer?
I have not heard.
In the back of Zeke's mind, and now everyone in town will know what happened.
All of China will now know you're here.
Well, you say that, but if you wanted information at my old test lab, you didn't actually send out an email. You told the two welders, and they just tell everybody.
Ezekiel just look at it. Cyrus is like, so you're heading out that way then, huh?
Yep.
Uh,
Just wanted to let you in the know, or are you working right now, or?
Yeah, I'm currently on the job.
All right.
We just got done with lunch, so
King's just like, well, if you think you think your buddies are in trouble, go check it out. I can cover it for you at work for a little while.
I'll tell him I'll be back in just a little bit then. And he'll pop into Cyrus's vehicle.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kingston.
No, yeah, no problem, man.
And we head about that ways.
All right. So, back at the crime scene, blooded pool, probably about where the other car would have been parked.
Mhm.
The ticket pad had been tossed over into the grass. Sheriff has called in an APB for the vehicle. Cyrus and Zeke, y'all pass a station wagon that is going quite quickly, and it has one of those, little dome
Red
lights that you magnetically attach to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so.
That must be the patient, at least. Or the cop.
Well, because the purpose-built ambulances are actually a lot more recent than you think they are.
And also, this is a small town, so
Yeah.
but though they had regular ambulances in the 70s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So as y'all pull up, there's at this point 4 police cars, Alexander's car, and Lula Studebaker.
Well, we actually pull off on side of the road,
Okay.
little a ways back, and basically as I get out, I'll wave, see if I can get Alexander or Mace's attention.
Oh yeah, everybody knows you stop.
And I actually announce, heard the call on the CB radio, and when I heard it was you, I figured I'd come give you a hand.
He's still furiously cleaning blood off himself.
Alexander is covered in blood.
Yeah.
Less now than there was, but
Zeke is like, "Are you okay?"
Oh, don't worry, it ain't his.
It doesn't make it better.
Let's see. Who would the sheriff be standing closest to? Alexander's cleaning. The rest of y'all had probably stepped over to the blood, but then he'd have been at the CB. So he's around close to where Alexander is. Alexander, you notice as soon as he sees Zeke, he gets like tense.
He just
The
elbows
sheriff,
Ezekiel?
sir.
Alexander just elbows the sheriff.
I didn't say nothing.
You were about to.
No, I really wasn't.
Zeke, like they're walking forward, and if Zeke notices that, he's gonna be like a good 5 to 10 feet away from the sheriff.
Oh, it doesn't
He's
get too
gonna
close. To
keep his. He's gonna keep his distance.
I'm gonna need a whole new change of clothes after this.
Well, luckily, we live right down the road, and unless the sheriff needs much more from us, I think you can probably go get a shower.
Yeah, well, this is gonna need burnt.
Oh, lazy! You know how to get blood out of. I know how to get blood out of stuff.
All right, fine. If you feel like taking it and taking care of it yourself, do you?
Yeah, it'll distract Lula for a little while.
So yeah, the sheriff at this point, the sheriff had pretty much gotten a report out of all of you.
I heard that car go down west past Lula's place. If you're curious about where it went.
Fast as it's going, it's probably damn near out of city. Well, it means out of city already, but
That'll give us an area to start looking. Alexander, and he like rattles off for the other two officers to get in their cars and start heading out that way. Alexander, do you know of anything? How to put this?
Hanky.
Yeah.
Not off the top of my head, but
I mean, maybe
I'd
it's
go
just some
look for
psycho that's real
Could I
quick with a
roll?
knife, but
I mean, I actually, yeah, could I?
understanding magic maybe.
If it was something magical at all,
Yeah,
or
could
it
just
could
be
just,
Steve the
or
eyeball snatcher.
yeah. I mean, it could be like ask if it's something hinky, and he thanks, and what we're dealing with might not actually be hinky, but
crafting, understanding, and using. That's the one we've been letting y'all use to get a feel for stuff.
yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'd let you give me a roll on that.
All right. Any bonus or
Uh,
asset rather?
no, nothing other than just your skill, unless you've got something.
Difficulty.
Difficulty 5.
Okay.
No whammies, no whammies.
Come on,
No.
whammies.
Oh, failed, but nothing bad.
Nothing
Oh,
too
there's
hinky.
one.
Let's see. A roll of 9.
Trained in an effort.
Oh, okay. I see what we're using. Okay.
Mm.
Something touched by the dark has been in this area.
Sheriff, how much do you really want to know? Or would you rather be safe in the knowledge that at least your boy survived and is off to go beyond the mend?
God, I don't want to know.
I mean, I'm a little curious.
But if you discover anything, if there's anything we need to know, precautions we can take,
I'll let you know.
if you need if it's something bullets will help with, call us in.
I can do that.
Mace is fighting mighty hard not to say, well, maybe you should get some really thick glasses. No. She has that look of someone trying not to crack another joke.
Have you considered safety goggles?
Have you considered a welding helmet?
A fencing
Full
mask?
face protection. Beekeeper gear. The old style one, not this net stuff.
Yeah.
A full suit of plate.
Go take care of your boy, Sheriff.
Yeah. I better head over to the docks and see how he's doing. And while you've been talking, another couple of let's see how many police cars this town have. This is probably most of their cars at this point.
Yep.
The town is free pickings. Let's go!
All right. So, but you at least one more car does come up because they do need to. Well, the sheriff basically just locks up the Eli's car before he heads out. All right, 2 hours in, the party is now gathered. What do y'all do?
Yeah.
Hey, you want to ride in the back of the truck? Because I don't think you're going to want to ride in yours looking like that.
Yeah, let me lock up at least, unless.
I'll walk back and get it. Just bring the keys with you.
Ah, locks up his truck. And just hops in the bed of the Studebaker.
If y'all,
down.
we can. You said you knew what it might be?
No
yeah, he did
exact
make the roll.
specifics, but
Uh,
something very dark was here.
Group meeting?
Group meeting.
Yeah.
All right, huddle up.
I can either have it at your place or Lula's. She might know.
Yeah, let's
let's
go
face it.
give Granny a fright, shall we?
Please, she's lived with me for how long? She's immovable. Zeke, she'll probably feed you though, so that'll be.
I had a big
Hell.
lunch.
How big we talking? Did you try that? Did you try that like challenge they got there?
That was a challenge.
Oh, good lord.
All right, so y'all are just letting Alexander still be a mess and driving over to Lula's?
Well, Mace was gonna drop him off at his house to go get changed and get a shower real quick.
Yeah, he will.
And she was
Yeah.
going to drop the Studebaker off and be like, "I'm going back to get Alexander's car. I'll be back in a minute."
All right, so some time passes as you drop Alexander off for a shower, and I mean Cyrus is there in his truck, so he could probably drive you back to get Alexander's car.
Oh yeah. Can you
Or
drive me
Alexander's truck.
back?
He is going to take a little bit of time to while he's at his place to double check the wards, make sure they're all strong.
Yeah, they seem to be fine. I'm going to just assume you've been doing upkeep.
Yeah, he has. Just
as needed. So.
After that, he's like, I'm making sure to voice he's doing a double check.
Zeke
Like
will
jiggling the
stick
door-
around.
The doorknob, like, wait.
Did I lock it? Yes.
Zeke will stick around with Alexander until like he's done, and if he's checking the wards, he'll ask him, "Do you know anything about keeping animals out? Wards that keep animals out?"
That ain't exactly my specialty. Why do you ask?
I was down at the Gallows house, dropping off some stuff for a neighbor that was going in, and I watched as a bird kind of flew towards, and before it got to the property line, it just kind of turned. I don't know if that was a ward or if it was just flying a different direction.
Well, there's some protections that if something's touched by something, it could keep it away.
Just a thought.
And
I'll have to look
how long-
into it.
and how long
Meemaw's mostly, most of her knowledge is about healing and wards, so
So now that I actually have some idea about magic, this is the skill that I bought. So these wards can keep stuff out.
I
Did
think
you
you were.
go-
I think at this point you're taking Mace to pick up Alexander's truck.
Okay.
Because Zeke stayed behind specifically with Alexander.
Okay.
Yeah. So sorry.
All right. So anyway, they had this little conversation. Eventually, everybody's got their vehicle. Everybody's met up at Lula's.
Yep.
Mace will pass out sneaky snacks if Lula has not already started doing that.
Alexander does not show up with snacks.
And give
Lula starts
Lula
fixing some tea. Lula starts fixing a pitcher of tea.
She'll, if no one else has debriefed or told Lula what's going on, she'll pass it on. I didn't get a good look at where the eye was pulled out, so I couldn't tell you if there was any injuries around there. I mean, there's a lot of blood going on.
Hmm.
We didn't find the eye either, so whoever took it out probably still has it.
Interesting.
Whatever took it out probably still has it.
If it didn't eat it.
Yeah. Probably
No,
don't go in pockets real good.
It'd still have it at that point if it ate it.
Yeah. For the next several hours, anyway.
Can you get food poisoning from an eyeball?
If
That
it's
car
spoiled.
That car came up behind me in Kingston when we were heading back to Roscoe's.
It zoomed out down the road pretty loud. You got any idea stuff that goes around plucking out eyeballs and driving around fast cars?
No. Can't think of any haints or boogers that drive cars. I mean, obviously the ones that were people at one time probably could.
That thing that was kind of riding around that, the critters made of bones and dirt. Could it ride around a human?
More than likely, yeah, if it had a human skeleton to use. I mean,
But
it would look like a person made of dirt.
I didn't get a good look at the car. Also, it was really black. Even the windows.
I think Kingston said it was a Ford. Cobra. Ford. I don't know. It was some kind of Cobra, something Cobra.
No, something with the V8 in it.
I mean, I don't think haints or boogers that puppet around humans have a car preference, but
Well, whatever it was, that scene was definitely touched by the dark in some way. I could feel that.
So it might be a booger, or it might just be somebody using the
And
dog.
I got a more concerning question. The fact that it was actually on the road near both your houses.
it was on the road going through town too. Ours just leads out of town.
Yeah, it
Going
came
west.
up. Seems like it came up from Mr. Gallows' area. Just sped through town. Cops caught it somewhere in town.
And I think Lula, you would have said something if something tripped the wards.
So yeah, nothing's been on the property.
Zeke, you mentioned in my place when I was doing a double check that you saw some animals getting close to the.
Yeah, I was
Ward
down there
Gallows place.
delivering. Yeah, I was down there delivering some wood for a house that's going up near Mr. Gallows' house, and outside of seeing something look like it was peeking out the window in Mr. Gallows' house, there was a bird flew down near the property line and just kind of turned before it got to the property line.
Lula has stood up out of her chair.
Miss Lula?
Gran?
You don't go near the Gallows place.
I was
Don't set foot on
next
that property.
door. I was next door, ma'am.
If you see something, you didn't see something. You don't act. You act like you didn't see nothing. You don't let anything know you saw it. Which won't be a problem because you're going to stay away from there, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am. It's like if she's standing up pointing at him, he's like back in the chair, like.
Don't know what fool would move in next door to that place anyway.
I mean, might be able to check the purchase order and get a name of a fool.
Has it been like a few days that he's been delivering like materials down there?
This was the only delivery that you've made.
Okay.
You seem to recall Kingston had said something about somebody moving down there like weeks ago. Somebody had been in buying some stuff. You know.
Seems like someone's been trying to build there for a few weeks.
Yeah, and they're not building a house; they're remodeling a house that was already there.
Excuse me, remodeling a house. Sorry,
Uh,
remodeling a house for a few weeks now.
Lula's like, well, me and Mace went with me, and we re-upped the wards around the place. It should be okay.
Oh, I understand that apparently Mr. Gallows was quite the evil man. How bad is what's ever kept in there is?
There's a lot of stories about Gallows. A child in the neighborhood watched him burying. Claimed he was burying blackbirds in their nests. You had a hunter one time have a story hunting out near the old Skag Cemetery that Gallows was in there clawing at the dirt with just his hands. Then you had a spell where pets in the neighborhood were coming up missing, and then people started coming up missing. And then Gallows came up missing, and that was just the end of that.
You don't know
Fair.
what's in, so we really don't know what's in there. Did you just ward the place up and
There's a
lock it up?
presence there, for sure. I'm not sure if it's anything other than just him. But I ain't sure exactly what he was dabbling in either. But me and Alexander's granny, once we realized there was something wrong with the house, let's just say the last people to go missing didn't go missing while Gallows was still drawing air. But yeah, me and her, we bound that place up pretty tight. And nobody's. Truthfully, the wards are as much to keep people from going in as to keep anything from coming out.
Why would it be keeping a bird from going in, potentially?
So it's a layered ward. The inside layer is to keep things inside from coming out, unnatural stuff. The ward on the outside just keeps anybody away. And so it's not aimed at the birds particularly. It's just
So it's
I'm
really
sorry.
just that.
anything living approaching there will probably think there's somewhere better they could be.
I'm sorry, Miss Lula. I didn't know anything about it. I just
No, it's fine. It's. I might have overreacted a smidge.
You didn't go poking around in it. It's all good.
It's just worrisome that it was active enough that you could see it.
Why would that be a problem?
Because most people don't see nothing.
I didn't.
Oh, I mean, they
see-
may
I-
feel like they're being watched if they're standing, around the place.
Yeah, all I saw was a curtain, like someone had peeked through the curtain. That's all I saw.
Okay, well, maybe it's just a draft. Place has got to be drafty by
Or-
now.
Maybe there was an animal inside.
Eh. Well, anyway, that's a problem that's sealed up. We need to find out what booger is driving around town, and in daylight too. Most of them don't like being out like that. Even if the sun don't do nothing to them, it makes it easy for people to spot them.
The windows were
Oh.
dark.
Well, well, I'll do some digging through some of my books if I can find anything interested in eyes. The car
Take a look.
bit just sounds weird.
I'll take a look through some of Meemaw's stuff.
All right. Let's see. Okay, I guess that's about all Lula's really got for you. Anything else y'all are wanting to do?
Probably not that day.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all, let's see, it was around lunchtime when the excitement happened. So yeah, y'all be wrapped up at Lula's way before dinner. So Zeke, you get back to work, and people have a lot of questions. It's already getting around town, and of course, at Roscoe's, as soon as Kingston got back, he was rattling off, So Zeke, you get it to be in that uncomfortable position where you are the center of attention,
And I have to talk.
and
Zeke's like,
everybody is asking you questions about what happened.
I don't. The only thing I know is Top got his eye ripped out. That's all I know.
Uh, this is another quiz, what cop, all that. Cyrus, the next time you go to work, they're not asking you super specifically, but they've all heard the story. It's the talk of the town. Let's just put it that way. Eli is the talk of the town.
Yep. Well, sheriff's deputy had his eyeball plucked out. That's gonna spread, particularly in a town that is not that big.
There's 500 people in this town, and one of them just got his eye ripped out. That's something the other 499 are going to pay attention to.
Yeah.
And or be concerned about. Am I
Yes,
next?
yes. Why so much weird stuff been happening lately? That Calder girl just came back into town.
Just going around ripping out people's eyeballs.
She's kind of muscly. I bet you she could do it. But Alexander, at some point you get a call, probably from Rappy's character, whose name I'm blanking on at the moment. Katrina. On behalf of the doctor she works for. Basically, he's wanting to know what all it is that you had packed, exactly what you had packed in there. Or maybe just to verify, because now that I think about it, you did tell the EMTs.
Yep.
But he's asking
He
for more
explains it.
details on exactly what that stuff's supposed to do, what the purpose was.
Yeah, it's basically a coagulant and help increase sort of natural healing processes, at least to keep things clean and contained until more intensive medical treatment can be performed. Basically, him explaining away the fact that he did 10 HP worth of healing.
Yeah.
She does mention that the doctor was surprised at how far along the some of that was.
It works pretty quick, and he'll mention like it worked for him while he was triaging wounded soldiers when he was in Vietnam as a field medic.
But she'd also let you know that they've kept having to give him drugs. Anytime his head kind of clears up, he just seems to be in a panic. The doctor's wondering if he's going to have to call in psychiatric help, which would more or less be, involve having to ship him down to a facility at Boone.
Yeah, where the other woman went.
Yeah, but she's about to say that would be the second patient we've sent them in as many weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was she had something with her eyes as well.
Yeah, her sight was gone.
Yeah, her
Okay.
it's like her eyes had kind of clouded over.
She had both of them. She just couldn't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just
Yeah.
a result of the poison more than anything else.
Physically, she seemed to be fine. Her eyes had just kind of clouded over, but it was like kind of there was an odd coloration to the cloud.
Cataracts.
And some people claimed it was catching the light weird, but anyway. But yeah, she's down in Boone as well. So yeah. So the next day, like I said, that's the scuttlebutt. And there's a story going around that a few people have claimed to have seen that car. Because, it's a car that kind of stands out. But somebody at the gas station, downtown Burles, the night cashier says the car drove by. He's kind of a car guy, so, he didn't make he hadn't heard enough of the story by that point to know that was a car he should be looking out for. He just saw a neat sports car drive by. And it was, from what he saw, it was headed north. So whatever it is, wherever they went past Alexander and Mace's, clearly looked back around at some point.
Okay.
So far, the sheriffs have turned up nothing. On the plus side, people have not heard quite as much thunder lately. Still a little bit, but it sounds a little further away.
Always reassuring.
Good to know.
But my thunder puppies. You know me and pets.
Yep. I'm sure you'll see the thunder puppies again.
Said menacingly.
Someday. That day is not this day, but it's someday.
Just has a raincoat and like those rubber kitchen gloves on standby to pet him.
One of those, some kind of cord to ground you or something.
Yep. ESD gear. Yeah.
Mace will pick up the clothes to get all the blood out of them.
Oh, yeah. Good luck with that.
Not the first time she's had to get blood out of stuff.
But this is a lot of blood.
Yeah.
This is a whole lot.
Zeke will help Miss Lulu around the house if they're there for a little bit. For a little bit.
She can take care. She appreciates it. She can take care of herself.
Careful, she'll start sending into town for groceries and then complain about the apples.
It's not
That's
that hard to
funny.
find apples without bruises. I'm just saying.
Those apples were perfectly unbruised.
Mm-hmm.
Make applesauce out of them.
All right. So what would y'all do over the next day or two?
He's researching. At least
Yeah.
Alexander is.
Okay.
Mace would tote anything, that Lula might need toted in or out to do her end of research.
Yeah. Well, I'd be working some period, but
Yeah.
that.
I'll do something that can come up next session. She has that coin.
Got
Let
it.
me get into my character sheet.
What coin was that?
Pretty penny.
That sounds familiar.
I linked it.
Ah, I see.
I still haven't used one of mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like that. Oh!
Oh!
She will find a crossroads and...
There's a few of
Set it
those
down there.
around. There's a few of those around.
She's not going to go to center of town and put a penny down on the ground being all obvious. She'll probably find one closer to her home.
If Zeke's off work, he's heading back to the library to keep looking into what happened 10 years ago.
Okay. All right. So pretty penny coin being used. Did I already write down Zeke's? Zeke Googling himself, so to speak.
Librarying himself. Dewey Decimal System.
He's doing, yeah.
Dewey Decimal, boy Dewey.
Going through all the newspaper films.
Old
I know the name.
microfish.
Yeah.
I think
I know the
microfish
name
was
for
around by
these.
then. Don't know if
Yeah,
somewhere like Ryan would have it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
might have to go down to
Yeah.
Boone or Paradise.
Road trip.
There'll be a road trip eventually.
Yep.
All right, so that's what those two are doing. Alexander was researching.
Mm-hmm.
Cyrus. Other than working and doing the day-to-day stuff, everybody's got to do.
Okay, let's see. Now they got the license plate.
Mm-hmm.
I will go check with our deputy friend and see if, since this is the next day, to see if any leads on the car came up.
Yeah, I can't see any reason why Don wouldn't talk to you about this. I mean, it's freaky enough, and he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm not surprised y'all are involved. I mean, he doesn't exactly say that, but the look on his face is like, yeah, okay, this is not surprising.
Gotcha. Got it, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an out-of-state plate. Up from Georgia. They have contacted the police. They've called down to the police in Georgia. The car was reported stolen.
Okay, so it was a stolen vehicle.
The man who owned it was murdered. Let's see. He was leaving a bar late. He had worked there. He had closed the place down. Best we can tell, or best they could tell, he was the last person leaving. It seems like somebody attacked him, as he was going to his car, and then stole the car.
And do they know if anything else happened with the bar? If this man was the owner?
Oh, he wasn't the owner.
Anything
He was
else?
just the man working it and closing it down that night.
Oh, okay.
Like he wasn't the only employee that closed it down. He was just the last one that happened to be leaving. The parking lot was clear, so nobody saw anything. Found him the next day. The relevant portion is the man was missing both of his eyes. That seemed to be something that was done after he was, if not dead, at least incapacitated.
So if anything, well, I would use the term lucky, but I don't know if that applies in this situation.
Nah, Torrent nothing lucky about what happened to that poor man. I mean, at least Eli.
I was referring to.
Oh, go ahead.
I was referring to the man who was still alive.
Oh, Eli. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they may have to send him down to Boone, see if some of the shrinks down there can, get him calmed down. But it's got to be a terrible thing to go through.
Oh no, I just had a. If he returns, it's One-Eye Eli.
You people are reading my minds today. Zeke was doing it earlier. I'd already had it planned out. That's what the kids were going to start calling him.
No.
Oh, watch out. Here comes a one-eyed Eli. That was not something I had when I picked out his name. That occurred to me later.
Yeah.
During the next day, the police do get a call. Some of y'all might hear it over the CBs. That somebody had spotted the. Thought they had spotted the car up kind of northeast of town. So, up a little ways past where the tent revival was.
So like around this area.
Well, on the road, but yeah.
Okay.
Like one of the main roads. But because everybody in town knows we're looking out for this car.
That's the one thing that concerns me there is if this person was down in Georgia, came up here, I thought they would have headed out by now.
They've been spotted over 3 days now, so apparently they're just in the area. It's to the point now that some of the townsfolk have taken to not interrogating any strangers they see.
They're just keeping an eye on.
But having conversations with anybody they see that they don't think's from town.
I got a bit of a concern here too, looking at basically while we're talking, I'm looking at the map of the town going, if he was heading out on that main road, is there anybody currently at the Kemp farm, or is that place still abandoned right now?
Well, it'd be abandoned right now because the couple that were moving in, the husband is missing, assumed dead. I don't think they found a body.
The only reason I'm bringing that up,
And then
there's
she's
nobody
down in
there.
Boone right now.
If there's nobody there, it's a place to hide.
Do you go check the place out?
Not by myself.
Oh, come on, be bold, be daring, be a person in a horror movie.
I have watched, like, unlike you, Jason, I've watched movies, so I know not to. But I will actually.
You gotta lean into the genre, man. That's all I'm saying. All right, so who do you take with you? Who do you recruit?
Well, since we're going to what is currently still technically a crime scene, I'll ask the deputy if he wants to check it out.
He sighs,
Here's
he
anything.
hangs his head, and goes. He says yes while clearly meaning no. So the two of you run up there. Give me a tracking roll.
Right, let's see. Oh, there you are.
Or I guess it would be tracking. It'd be the spot. But it'd be the spot track.
Perception in this case? Tracking or perception? Which one will work?
I guess we'll go with perception. Because you won't. This isn't you actually. Wouldn't actually be following anything.
Yeah.
And the difficulty is 5.
Let me double check. I got a special.
Oh, very nice. There are tire tracks up here that do not belong to the Volkswagen Rabbit, which is still sitting here. Does not belong to any of the police cars. You've seen their tracks before. Does not belong to the Studebaker. Basically, it's new tracks since the last time you were here. Seems fairly fresh. Someone was. Ooh, you got a 19. You got an 18, so there's a special there.
Yeah.
So yeah, where the car would have been parked, you see footprints. They're not wearing any shoes. But the footprints look human only in the vaguest sense. The size a little off, the toes are a little twisted. It's either got claws or really long toenails. And those tracks don't seem to they don't seem to be overly concerned with the house. You don't see anything where it got close to the house, but it does go into the back. And once you get to the backyard, you find another couple of tracks around the well. And the the bucket you would lower down into the well.
Yep.
Which was lower down when y'all had y'all's kerfuffle around there. Yeah, it's up. It's sitting on the edge now.
I turn and give the deputy that very unfortunate look.
When you pointed out the tracks, he saw them. He knew it was something kind of weird going on. He goes back to the car, gets the Polaroid, and takes a picture of the print. He's sitting there shaking it. Sheriff is not going to like this.
Main concern is if they're coming. They didn't go into the house. I'm worried they're using that well as where it's staying. But I'd like more than just 2 people to have to check it out.
Yeah. Let's head back to town. So anyway, a bunch of deputies come out. They poke around the place. There's nothing currently down in the well that they can tell, unless it's up under the water. But the sheriff is going to leave a couple of cars here overnight, watching the place. You know, nobody is thrilled.
As they shouldn't be.
So we will end there with y'all finding out this thing has been to the old Kemp farm. But for what purpose, you don't know. Maybe it was just thirsty. Who knows? So we will pick up with this little investigation next week. Hope y'all had fun. I enjoyed it. Hope anybody that checks us out comes back again. Nick's glad to see you in the chat. And again, I was your storyteller for the evening, Jason. And with me has been Patrick playing Cyrus.
Good night, everybody.
Sarah
Sorry for
playing
the
Mace.
delay.
Carr playing Zeke. Eric playing Alexander. And we will see y'all next time.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everybody.